Forward to cloud. All righty. Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Hey, we're back again, and we are here to come and share tips to help you be disruptive in your business over the holiday season. As I've been thinking about it this whole time, the last whole week, I've watching people plan trips to go see family members here, family members there. Do this and working extra hours to get the extra money and everything. And so as I was talking with Michelle, one of the things that hit me, and she was like, "Oh yeah, we definitely have to dive into this," and it is, don't let the fire go out. So what I want to let you know is, don't let your fire go out. Marlene was talking about the fireplace just a few minutes ago, and I promise you, since it's cold, the fireplace won't go out. So what I can tell you is, all that momentum you've been building all year, all that excitement, don't let it go out during the holiday season. So many times I watch so many people disconnect and try to come back New Year's on Monday, on the first of the year, and say, "Hey, okay, I'm ready now." But you just let 60 days go by that you didn't do anything, but you wanted to jump right off right then. No, it doesn't work like that. It's just like Billy when he was training for his marathon. It's the same thing, you guys. He had to do it every single day. If the marathon was in January, I promise you he'll still be training right now. And so that's what I'm telling you about your business. Don't let your fire go out in your business. You may say, "Well, I haven't brought in a customer or a promoter or a brand partner," I should say, over the last. Well, that's fine. Don't let your fire go out, because one thing I know that is attractive is certainty. Certainty of something is what's attractive to your friends and family. You are going to be around friends and family within these next 2 months, heavy. So you have to be certain about what you're doing, and you have to say, "Hey, even even for me, one of the things I'm doing over this holiday season is, so I won't lose the fire, is when the family still come around, be like, 'Hey, family, I love y'all, but I have this 30-minute Zoom I got to knock out real quick.'" And they're gonna be like, "Oh, you're still working?" "Oh, well, it's my own business, and me and my friends gather from all over the world, and we get together and we talk and we train." See, it's the certainty and me knowing what I got my hands on. Oh, we're a $500 million startup company, and I don't want to miss this piece of the pie. See, when you talk like that to your friends and family, don't you think that's gonna grab their attention? See, you could say something like that over the holidays, and it's gonna be a cousin, a friend, somebody. It's gonna be like, "You said a $500 million startup company. Well, what is it?" "Well, I don't have time to talk about it. I told you I have a Zoom to talk, but maybe me and you can get together, before we have dinner, or you're in town all week. Let's go grab lunch." See, it's things like that. And so these are some of the tips that was going through my mind, that over this next 2 months that I'm gonna be doing. I just talked with my cousin. His birthday had came up, and he's like, "Fam, I'm gonna be in town for a whole week doing Thanksgiving. Will you be there?" And I said, "Well," and even though I know I'm gonna be here, but I made it seem like, "Well, I'm gonna be here, but I have a project I'm working on with friends and family all over the world." And we're $500 million startup company, and so I don't, I can't really just put too much time to the side to do something. And he was like, "Well, what is it that you do?" Me and my wife are looking for some extra income. Like, what? I like, "Hey, I don't have time to talk about it right now, but when you get here, maybe me and you can sit down and we can talk at my great grandmother's house, and we can go in her office and we can talk a little bit." See, it's the things like that. My family members and friends don't want to hear, they already going through life. So when they come around us, they want to hear about everybody else's, like, how everybody else's life is going on. And then that's how you, with that conversation, that alone can help you bring that certainty. I mean, me and Michelle, we're gonna kind of go back and forth today. So Michelle, anytime you feel you need to jump in and you got something you want to add, just feel free to jump. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do this today. I'm gonna go ahead and spotlight. How do I spotlight both of us? And so I spotlight both of us at the same time. So anytime you feel you got something to share,
Yeah,
because I just want people to know this.
absolutely. And with having lots of gatherings, we're going to parties, we're going to family get-togethers, we're going to, work Christmas parties for our significant others. I know a dance group that I just got involved with. It's a dance fitness program. We're getting ready to start a challenge with that, that's with a targeted goal. So as we are around all of these different people, it's a really great time and opportunity to begin connecting with people, to begin sharing and opening that door of conversation with them. And instead of disconnecting from our business and being like, oh, it's the holidays, people aren't interested. Well, maybe they're precisely interested because Christmas is coming. And hey, you know what? Our company just launched some really cool new products that are the type that you can gift to someone, like the lash serum, the lip plumper product. I mean, these are some great products to gift for Christmas. And when people are like, man, I got somebody who's hard to shop for. Hey, guess what? That would be a great thing for them to try. So not only do we have stuff that someone can purchase and gift to friends and family, it might be like I saw another friend who's in a cosmetics company the other day, and they have a lash serum. And she posted a picture of her lashes, and she said, get started with it today. And by the time your holiday parties roll around, you're going to have great lashes. I was like, that's awesome. What a great way to approach that. One, it's showing people that, hey, we have this new product. Two, it's tapping into the holiday crush and push for, being present and wanting to look great for those holiday parties we're going to. And hey, guess what? We have stuff that you can order for Christmas gifts as well. There's lots of opportunities, such as I'm doing a craft fair coming up in a couple of weeks. And, we don't necessarily like to market our business as one where we have to carry products that, we carry around in our trunk or have in the closet or whatever. But when you have the opportunity to go work an event like that, perhaps you order a big bunch of products to have on hand so that you can sell it right off the table right there. Guess what? Our company has structured our pricing in such a way that you can sell it at retail and you can make a good profit. That's going to help with your income going into the holiday season. And guess what? You can order it at your cost. You sell it at 15% off retail. You offer them that discount where it says, hey, this is normally X amount, but right here at our event, you can get it for this amount. You're still making a profit because of the way that our company has set up the pricing for our products. So we have so many different ways. If we can be creative, if we can think about it in, outside the box ways and be open to opportunities, looking for ways that we can weave it in. There's lots of ways, there's lots of opportunity. And with all of the contact points, all the touch points we're going to be having with people over the next couple months, it's a really great time.
And we have so many tools, you guys. We got so many tools, so many products you can do. As Michelle was talking about just having products, she was like, well, I know she's gonna probably do an event with her husband. I know they probably have a big Christmas party or something coming up. And you could think outside the box and say, hey, you know what? I'm finna order 48 blue frogs. I'm giving all these police officers a nice cold blue frog. Or if you want to get creative, make a little gift bag and say, hey, this is for everybody. And just grab products out of ours that from us. Order from yourself. One, you're gonna get paid for doing it. And then you're advertising, but it's like you're advertising and not really even telling people. Put a QR code on the little Christmas card and give it to them and say, hey, if you need more information, it goes straight to your link tree. And then that's how they can reach out to you. It's just little things like that, but finding ways to stay productive throughout the holiday season. I don't want anybody to come back and say in January, well, business is back slow and it's not working, because throughout these next 2 months, you can grab context. You can stay on people's mind. You can still stay on social media. And I encourage you to stay on social media. Go find friends. And as they're posting about different things that they're doing, hey, just go congratulate them on a personal message, though, not just on their profile. Everybody does that. You can do it on the profile, but go text them and call them and say, girl, I seen you still working out doing. I had a friend that I just added to the group yesterday as I was doing my little 15 minutes of just, that's my 15 minutes of just going to interact before I post on my own. As I was going through, I seen this lady, she was working out, said she lost, a certain amount of pounds. And I just reached out to her and I said, I just want to congratulate you about what you did. And then I took it to the next day. I said, hey, me and my friends, we created a community about leveling up people. We just want to, I would love for you to come join. And then when she got in there, she said, I love this. I absolutely love this. And I was like, well, see, and that's what it's all about, you guys. That's what it's all about, is staying productive and staying ways to stay in people's right there in their forefront. Just stay there. Find something. Just, find a way to be out there, and Michelle made a great point. Like, fill up the Christmas sacks with some of our cheaper products. They have a 12 can of Blue Frogs now. They have the Lip Plumper. All our skincare products are affordable, so you can really just grab one here and just grab it and put them in different little stockings for all the women in your family.
And
Then
I
you
don't know
could.
if you guys have had the chance yet to check out some of the new products that we have since the convergence, the Timana products, the Zenoa products. There's some awesome stuff there. And, we're coming up on the first of the year where people are going to be starting their New Year's resolutions. They're going to be starting their weight loss programs, their fitness programs. If we wait until January to connect with those people, it's too late. They've already picked what they're going to jump in with. And so if we can be connecting with people now leading up to that, especially like right now, we're almost, what are we, November 10th. So between now and the middle of December in particular, like we've got Thanksgiving coming up, we've got all those holiday parties, people kind of drop into that, I'll deal with it after the first of the year mindset when it comes to fitness and nutrition, eating well, that kind of thing. They're like, I just want to enjoy my holiday stuff and I will tackle it the first of the year. Well, once you get past Thanksgiving and people go, I enjoyed that just a little bit too much. They're starting to think about, what am I going to do come January 1st? And if we are sharing what we're doing, tools we have, fun little posts, connecting with people, hearing those pain points over the next couple of weeks and connecting with people in advance of that January 1st New Year's resolution, kicking off the new programs, we will have a much higher likelihood of capturing those people who are looking for those tools, those programs, those challenges to help them with their goals. I know last year I waited until, like, I don't know, the last week to 10 days of December to start sharing that. And it was too late. I missed a lot of people and they were like, oh, I wish I would have known sooner because I already committed to this other plan or this other program. And so, it's kind of like they might see our post the first part of December and they're like, oh, I should ask about that because I want to do something. And so it's in their mind. You plant the seed and then you post again about it a week later. And they're like, oh, I really need to reach out and ask her about that or talk to him about that. And, you kind of get into that last 10 days of December and they're like, okay, I need to do this. Like, I need to make a decision. But when we've been dripping on them throughout and making those connections during this time, then it's already in the back of their mind. They're already thinking about it. They're like, okay, I know that they have a platform that works. I've seen their posts. I've seen the testimonials that they've shared of their friends or their customers or whatever. So I want to connect with them. And so by staying engaged through this next, 6 to 8 weeks and connecting with those pain points, those points of interest for people, we're setting ourselves up to start the year strong instead of getting to the last week of December and going, that's like next week. I don't even have time to order my pack of products, because we want people to be able to start, right? If we're doing weight loss challenges, if we're doing fitness challenges, if we're getting people plugged into groups and starting a new thing for helping them with their New Year's resolutions, we need to serve them well by helping them get started in a timely manner so that they can get their stuff, so that they have it and can be ready to roll January 1, if that's when they decide that they're ready to start.
I love that. I love that. You see how she figured out a way that she can educate people's mind once a week. You could pick a day. I mean, we know how good Slenderize is. So for in that standpoint, you could pick a Tuesday, or you could call it Transformation Tuesday or Transformation Thursday. And just every Thursday, you know what? I'm gonna find a couple of pictures and just highlight a couple of people about their transformations every Thursday. That's 8 weeks of you doing that, where eventually it may rub off on somebody. But then, like she mentioned, when you're sitting down with your friends and family, just listen to them. Have your tools ready. Have your app already downloaded. And I definitely encourage you to utilize Quick while you're sitting down with them. You can just talk about Quick just real simply. Just get your phone out, get that little PDF, and just go through the little slides and be like, you have to take a look at this. This is just something that's partnering with our company that allows people to get custom. That's just more tools. If you're just prepared, you will just be ready when the time comes. And throughout the holiday season, it's things that you want to do so you can keep your thermostat going. If your house is already warm, why would you let it get cold?
It's
If
a lot
you're
easier to keep it going, to turn that heat up just a little bit to bring that temperature up, than it is to let it drop all the way down, let that fire go out. Because if you're starting from ice cold and freezing, it takes a whole lot longer to get that heat turned back up. If the coals of the fire, if they go all the way out, you got to start from scratch all over again. But if you can fan that flame a little bit and get it going, it'll and take off again. So if I'm one of those that I've got 27,000 other things on my plate right now. So for me, my coals are getting a little low, and I need to just give them a good and let it go, and start implementing some of these things, because I know that they're great tools and I know that it works. And that's the other thing about it, is if we don't use them, if we don't do it, it doesn't do much for us, right? There are things that we have at our fingertips, but if we don't engage with it and put them into practice, all the knowledge up here and all the tools in your phone or wherever they are, they don't mean much if we don't use them. And so, I mean, we gotta make that decision to use them. And sometimes, I know for me this week, this call is a really great example of one of those times where you're like, I have so much going, I would really like to just skip out on this right now. And I'm like, you know what? It's 30 minutes and it's a great call. I love these people. I love this team. I'm just going to do it. I'm not going to back out. I'm going to make it happen. And sometimes it just takes that mental commitment and that decision, and just take the steps. Like yesterday I went for a run and I didn't have much gas to get it done, but I decided I'm doing it, and I went out, I did it. It wasn't the best one, but I did it. And so with our businesses this time of year, sometimes you just have to decide, I am doing something today. It might be slow, it might not be pretty, it might be clunky. You might get to the end of it and go, well, that could have gone better, or I could have done, that could have gone differently. But then you can say, okay, what did I learn from that? First of all, I developed a good habit. I showed up even when I didn't feel like it. And so you can be proud of yourself for that. Even if you didn't get a new customer, you didn't get a new rep, you took steps and you talked to somebody. And being okay with that, where it's developing that muscle memory, and it's just choosing, today I'm going to do something. And let me see, Billy says, going to events that you're passionate about help keep you up and excited, like the Ironman event I went to. That's totally true. That is completely on point. Because if you're staying connected, you're staying plugged in with things that you have a heart and a passion for, you're right. You're going to be excited. It's going to keep your interest fresh. It's going to keep your mind sharp. You're going to be more engaged. So that's a great point. Thank you, Billy, for sharing
Yeah,
that.
and that's actually one of the things I was gonna give you some more tips on things that you could do throughout the holiday season, like utilizing the products in front of your family members and friends. We got things like the Elite. You could take a pack of Elite every time you go to get some, like you're doing the water. They be like, "Why are you drinking so much water?" Oh, I'm in this level up community, and all we do is we encourage people to level up our life. You probably won't be interested, so don't worry. You're not worried about leveling up your life. And once you take it away from them, they want to be a part of it. So don't hesitate to say it may not be for you, but you may know somebody, but it may not be for you. Because when you pull it away, trust me, your friends and family are gonna be like, "What you mean I won't be interested?" It's your friends and family anyway. So don't hesitate to say, "Hey, well, right now ain't the best time. We're at this Christmas party. We're here. Let's go grab lunch before you go out back home, or let's go do this or on this day or this day. I got a little time here. Let's go do it then." And see, it's different things like that. But consuming the products in front of your friends and family, I promise you, this water bottle everybody should have in front of their friends and family, because you could just put it on the thing and be like, "Here you go," right there, bam. And then you could be like, make sure it's empty when you go over there and just take a bottle and pour it. What are you doing? Is that a water bottle? I do it every time in physical therapy. Now I got like 3 of the physical therapists that want one. They're like, "Hey, we see you with this every day." And I left it one day on purpose because I knew they would just put it to the side. And they was like, "Well, we've been meaning to ask you, what is that?" And I was like, "It's a filtered water bottle. So you see me, I can go over." And so it just grabs people's attention. But Elite is like that. You can do the skincare products are like that. Your face is glowing. Like Michelle said, you can start today. And by the time Christmas parties or Thanksgiving, like your face will be glowing in front of other people. And it's just little thing, or the drops. Maybe you on your level up experience, you want to lose weight. But guess what? Take your drops in front of everybody. And they're like, "Well, what are those?" Like, it's just a conversation starter. Well, me, like if I was Melissa and Andrew, I'd be like, "Well, me and Andrew, we're leveling up our health. We know we losing weight. We're doing our thing." But you may not be interested. Don't worry. You may not be interested in that. So, you may not be on the same level as us. And they'd be like, "What you mean I'm not on the same level as you?" In their mind, they're like, well, what is it that you're doing? Because they don't want, we as people don't want to be left out. That's why we watch the news. That's why I watch Sports Center and all that, because I want to know what's going on. That's why people pick up the newspaper. It's been going on for years. It's why people pick up the newspaper years ago, because nobody wants to get left out. And as soon as you feel like you're taking something away, that's another tool right there. So, but utilizing the products, and don't be afraid to take it away from friends
And
and family,
this
definitely
is
the ones
a
that rejected you. Anybody who rejected you before saying, "No, that's not for me," you don't hesitate to take it away from them. Say, "You know what? I tried to share this with you years ago and you told me you wasn't interested, but I got some other friends that is really helping out." And then they're going to be like, "Well, the timing may have changed." Like Michelle mentioned earlier. See, timing may change for everybody. And come December, come January, they may say, "Hey, well, Michelle did lose a lot of weight, and I could you lose some weight myself, Melissa and Andrew, they've been leveling up. Billy just ran a marathon, and Marlene's skin is looking real good, maybe I should try some of that type of thing." See, you just never know when the timing changes. And as you're also keeping the fuel to the fire, you also you heard us mention staying plugged in with the Zooms. For me, I'm a big person of going to the corner of the room where I know people are still there and just having it on blast so everybody can hear it. So they be like, "What is he doing?" I like, "Oh, I'm on the Zoom. Don't worry, this ain't for you. This is me and my $500 million company over here. Me and my friends, we trying to make some good money over here." And they be like, "My money." So you gotta find ways to grab their attention. And then throughout this process, Michelle is a very busy person around this time of year specifically, just because she's a photographer. She's very busy, but you got to find ways to stay plugged in, find ways to still listen into the recordings. Maybe instead of, turning on that good TV show that you like watching at night, just go back, you know what, let me spend 30 minutes, an hour, watch this little recording just so I can see what's going on and grab onto that. And then you're going to be around friends and family. So why not add them? Now, I know a lot of us are in Level Up, but some people that watch this recording aren't in Level Up. They have their own group. Add your friends and family to the group that you use while you're there. Find ways to listen to them and say, they may be talking about money. As I was talking to my cousin, yeah, I want to make some extra money. Me and my wife, we've been looking for some things. Like, you know what? Me and you will talk when you get here, but let me add you to a group on Facebook. You still use Facebook? Me and my friends created a community where we help people level up physically and financially. I just want you to kind of get in there and get familiarized with it. And then when we sit down and talk, you see, because when you add them to the group, that's another follow-up tool for you. I just had a lady, I added yesterday, and then she messaged me today. She said, hey, what are people doing to lose this weight? And I was like, well, I got a team call to do. I'll talk to you a little bit later because I'm busy. See, you gotta, people love busy people. And so I never really try to jump on the first initial contact to share with somebody. I always try to make it seem like, hey, right now ain't the time because you didn't schedule an appointment with me. My time is valuable just like your time is valuable. And your time is valuable. So respect your time and just say, hey, today ain't the day. It's all right to push it off and make somebody wait, because as you make them wait, they're thinking about it. They're like, okay, well, he's gonna really sit down with me, or she's gonna really sit down with me and talk to me about it. So I just had to throw those little nuggets in there too.
And this time of year with getting together with people, family get-togethers, holiday parties, business, whatever, chances are pretty good that you're going to be in groups of people that you haven't seen for a while. And they're going to be asking things like, oh, what have you been up to? How has 2020, 2021, how's it been for you? If you haven't seen these people for a period of time, this is a really great opportunity to show your excitement for what we have, for what you're doing, for how it has blessed you during this time. Because for a lot of people, this has been a time period of extreme struggle, of loss, of hardship, of disconnection because of lockdowns and restrictions and all of that. So being able to communicate the community that we're a part of, the impact that it's had on your life in a positive way during this time, being able to share your forward progress through a time when other people have been struggling and falling behind and feeling down and having challenges. Not that we haven't had challenges here also, but I feel like this is a company and a group of people and products that have helped so many of us to come through the pandemic much stronger than others who haven't had the same opportunity. And so be ready to share the hope that you have, the excitement that you have. Just be prepared with that to share with people. Be interested in where they are, how they have fared through this whole thing. And if they haven't done so well, don't jump right on top of that opportunity and be like, oh, I got to tell you about this. It's going to fix your whole circumstance. It might, but like Ant says, create that curiosity, that interest. Don't jump into it right then and there necessarily. If the time is right, then okay, but create that interest and let people see that this has been something good for you, whether it's community, friendships, financial, health, whatever that is. Share that, because this is an awesome time, an awesome opportunity for us to be looking for those doors, those windows of opportunity, those interactions. Just be open to them, be praying about them, asking for them, seeking them out. And then don't be like the kid in the candy store. It's like, yeah, I got one, I got one, I got one. Take your time. Recognize that it's an opportunity to build a long-term relationship. And so you don't want to like pounce on it like a cat on the mouse, right? We want to take the time to build it responsibly, ethically, and truly care about people. But this is great time of the year, good opportunity for connection, for business growth, for personal growth. So let's get out there and do it. Let's serve people through this holiday season in a different way.
That's it, you guys. I just want you to keep your fire going. Keep your fire going. Like Marlene mentioned earlier and before the call, her fireplace is rolling. But I promise you, when the fireplace going, it gets cold. It feels like, you start questioning, you start doubting yourself. But if you keep the fire going over this holiday season and you start today, maybe like Michelle said, get prepared on what you're going to like. When somebody kind of asks what you've been up to, what are you going to say? Ask yourself, write it down. It's all right to write it down. I think that we get away from the principles that we learned as kids. We used to have to write everything down. They used to be like, well, your speech, okay, you got to write your speech out before you do it. Okay, so what is your little saying that you're going to say when family members and friends ask you, how have you been doing? Well, for me, it's already in my head. I've been doing great. My health is through the roof right now. I have a community of people that's helping me out. I'm partnered up with a $500 million startup company, and we are just getting started. And it's just exciting. I got a team growing in different parts of the world, and it's exciting. And I'm gonna leave it at that. I didn't say new age. I didn't say a product. I didn't say anything. I didn't even say anything. So, what is yours? What are you gonna say when your friends and family ask you over the next? Because it's coming. Family members are going, if you're going to be around friends and family, it's coming where they're going to ask you, like Michelle said, how have you been doing? What have you been up to? In a lot of cases, I see a lot of people on here, and I know a lot of y'all been leveling up. So with the weight loss that's coming off, with your face glowing, and with all these different things, guess what people going to ask? Girl, what have you been doing? What are you going to say? So ask yourself that, and then that's my homework assignment for y'all is what are you gonna say? What are you gonna say to your friends and family when that question comes up? So you guys, I know we went over about 4 minutes. So hey, I'm gonna unmute the line so you can tell Michelle how awesome she is, because she's always awesome. And